What's going on, beautiful ladies, wonderful gents? Sorry for the tardiness. It's always some funny crap with me. We had a situation where I charged the phone up all night, but for some reason it wasn't charging. So when I woke up, it was on like 1%. I'm like, "Is you plugged up in the wall though?" So that was just weird. So we had to let that phone charge up, and it's nowhere near as high as it should be. I don't know if it's something wrong with the cord or the socket, but it's just hot, low voltage. You know what I'm saying? Even right now, it's only on 39%. So we are only on 39% on what it is that we want to, the message that I can deliver. If I was on 80, it'd be good, but I'm only on 39, so that's what it is. We got a topic that I chose to do, and it's talking about something that just came across. It just came across my guide, my YouTube guide. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, it used to be TV guide, but now it's YouTube guide. So it came across my YouTube guide, and it was saying in the fashion of, Congress approves something with the IRS. Trump is trying to, it says something about Trump is trying to terminate the IRS. I was like, what's that about? Terminate the IRS. So okay, let's check that out. So as we check it out, sorry for the scrappiness. I should have shaved. Sorry, it is what it is. Um, so I'm like, okay, so what's popping? What's popping? What you got going on, dude? What you got going on? Who's this guy? Who's this guy talking? And so, the young man, he starts off with the video right into it. I don't know if this was a clip, a tidbit, or something of that nature, but I don't know if it was the beginning. I don't know how he just started, but the way he started was right in the gut of it. And he was discussing how he said he wanted to explain and talk a little bit about the taxes. And he wanted us to understand that what that meant when he said that because Trump said he wanted to eliminate income tax. Okay, he said he wants to eliminate the income tax. I don't like looking at that screen right now. So as Trump says he want to eliminate the income tax, there's so many people that always be like, they don't want they want, off the book jobs. I'm not saying that if you eliminate the income tax, it's an off the book job. I'm just saying that people they be wanting all their money when it comes to their check. So when you be wanting all your money when it comes to the check, it's very valuable for you to, receive it for whatever reason you need it. But yet and still, how could it benefit? How could it hurt? Is it going to affect the economy? And so in this topic, this young man, he goes into it in depth, which is kind of, perfect because it's the basics. And with the basics, many of us can foresee the future. And when you take time out to foresee the future, then you can see that it was the basics that was preventing you. How we all at 10:40? Time really went by fast. So I want to just tiptoe a little bit around so I can get into this issue and this topic in this video, because a lot of people say that this dude Trump is stupid. he's not going to get nothing accomplished. He's going to go to jail. He's going to put us in World War III. You know, that Elon Musk's son said he was not the president. I mean, like, there's so much that's being said about this dude, but at this point right now, do you think that he will get through Congress to agree with him to say goodbye to income tax? And would income tax hurt you? Would it affect you if he removed income tax from the federal government? That no state can collect it. A lot of states don't. Some states, should I say, don't. Not a lot. So I want us to, take time out to think about what type of effect will these new laws, if we can get it institutionalized, what would it do? What would this do to the people if he can get past that income tax would no longer be a burden of people's lives? They can, if they make $900, they get their $900. Okay. Then we're gonna go into he's going to go into the numbers. He's going to go into the figures. I want him to do the talking. You know what I'm saying? Because I watched the video, but I want him to do the talking. I don't want to break down nothing. I want him to do the breakdown. I want him to get us to understand with this shift, like I was saying before, with this shift of the economy could do if Trump was to get passed by Congress, that it's no longer be taxes, income taxes. Okay, not all taxes, income taxes. I want you to understand income taxes. So if this guy can get that passed, if when I say this guy, I'm talking about the president. If the president can get this passed, and now it's you no longer have to pay income tax on your check. You know what I'm saying? No more income tax would be taken out. What type of money is that left over? What type of money, or should I say not left over, but not taken? What type of money was they taking? So I'm gonna let this guy go into the breakdown of what went down in 2024 with income tax and what Trump plans to do with the loss of income tax and how he plans to shift taxes itself to make income tax loss really not too big of a loss. And actually, he's going to put us into a form where it's going to look like dictatorship. That's the funniest thing. It's going to look like dictatorship. But I'm going to allow this guy to really break it down so we can understand that is it really dictatorship or is it really saving this country from itself? Because this country itself is one of the greatest countries. And so when you recognize and realize that America is one of the greatest countries out here, and it could be so much better, it could be so much greater, we have to realize what's stopping us from being at our greatness, at our greatest point in life. It's the 21st century. Why are we not at our greatest point economically? And so this guy says that he's going to eliminate income taxes. Okay, so now people so then if they eliminate income taxes, yo, do you know how much money the government's going to be losing? And so he says, yeah, but if I do eliminate the income taxes, I'm going to raise the tariff taxes on countries like China, Canada, Mexico, Russia, everyone. That's tariff taxes, the tax that they charge for those folks and their supplies that's coming to this country. And if they tax them, then it's going to affect the people who's buying. Now, I know someone who already explained to me this. It was this African. He was talking about this back in 2023. And so he was already, because he was buying from China. And he was buying, trailer loads, the cargo trailer things. He gets a ship, like one or two of them. He normally get two. And so back when COVID hit and all the ships was all in the ocean, he was hurting because, he had this shipment. And so when we talk about the price of the supply and demand and just the price, how the price is going to rise, is going to rise tremendously for those people who buy stuff out overseas. Now, that means they're going to either have to really charge up in price, go up in the price, and people are going to be hurting, saying, because these people are still using companies from out overseas. So I want you to understand on the breakdown, the bottom line is he trying to get us to really focus on building companies and building businesses in America by us not using product that's from out overseas anymore. And is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? Now, me living and staying in Philadelphia, moving from New York to Philly, and looking at city to city, especially New York City when I was a young guy, growing up in the 80s, because I was born in the 70s, but growing up in the 80s, and being able to be in the streets in different areas and seeing the different neighborhoods and seeing the buildings abandoned, and then watching them change it around, and then now they occupied. Coming to Philadelphia all these years later and seeing the same image, but it's a slow process. But now you're seeing that they are now occupying a lot of the space. We are definitely in the time frame and the time zone where it's going to be some type of change. And economically, we got to know that we have the time to build and grab a lot of this space, a lot of this land, and do what's needed to be done in this country. And if you was to realize how China built up China, China really built within China. For America to really become like the Olympics where we snatching up all the gold medals, what I'm saying? If you want to be, let's just stick it to Olympics. If if you want to love the Winter Olympics, the Summer Olympics, if you want to cheer for your people, have them on Wheaties boxes, we have to really build us up from within stronger, much stronger. And that means a sacrifice and not spinning outward. And once you can understand that's power, because that's what when you look at, that's what most structures do with outside the black race. Saying they build within their own infrastructure and they don't spend much money within the black race and black communities. And then the black communities don't have that much business in there. So that's what's been happening to us for the longest. But just imagine we do what we've been doing to us to other countries. Just imagine what the country in America has been doing to blacks for all these years, for all this time. Imagine we start doing that to other countries. But we are really supporting black businesses now. Okay, now get that. They supporting black businesses now. They wasn't doing all these years. They shit on us, but now is the time. Black businesses, you get hip with the game. You all lanes are open now. Because remember, I said this is a race. So now all lanes are open. Our black lane has been closed for all these years, for centuries. And right now, Trump is saying the black lane is now open with this whole take away the income tax. We're going to remove the income tax, get these people working, because a lot of people, they don't want to work because a lot of folks, they truly, they don't want all their money taken away from them. You guys, a lot of people don't want to get jobs right now. The job market is there, but no one wants the jobs. Okay, so they try to build up and boost up this job market. And so he's figuring like, yo, take away what most people don't like. They don't like the fact you're going to mess with their taxes. You're going to tax them. You're going to take away a lot of their money. So if he say we're going to take away income taxes, that's going to get a whole lot of folks saying, yo, I'm going to get me a job. I'm going to get me a city job. I'm going to work in the courts. I'm going to be a security, be the court clerk. I'm going to do whatever I got to do. I'm going to move up in this establishment because they're not taking out taxes. But we're going to increase the tariff. So anything that's being bought from outside this country is going to affect you because you're going to pay more for it. But if we say, nah, we're going to build in this country, we're going to we're going to manufacture in this country. That's a different word. We're going to manufacture. And because we're now manufacturing in this country, it's allowing us to build. And because now we can build more jobs, that's taken away a lot of liabilities in this country. And when he say shit like black jobs and all this other stuff, and he talk about protect the borders and all this other stuff, Once you start seeing how everything really start folding and coming together, you realize that, yo, you know what? We've been hurting ourselves because we like to spend money outside to other countries. We just like in black community. Your black community loves spending money outside to other communities. That's why they never build up their own community. And so when you look at America as a whole, Americans as a whole, they feel a need to spend money all overseas, try and get it cheaper, as opposed to America being able to charge cheaper because it's all the labor, all the manufacturing, everything's being built. Well, it's not, we can't say everything. Okay, I won't say everything. So don't think it's everything, but just say that the majority, a high majority, is being built and manufactured in this country. That would take away a lot of the violence. That would take away a lot of the economic woes that we have in this country, and that would shift to something more positive because the funds can will be coming in way different. So I'm gonna let this guy talk real quick because I wanted to get up to at least like 20 minutes, but I just want to let this guy break it down because he's the reason what made me bring this up because this came across my YouTube guide and it's I watched and I was like, that's what I was trying to tell the people when I was saying he's going to shift the funds here and shift the funds to the other location. You guys got to pay attention. So
the IRS is really considering it. So they're really considering this whole tariff thing, right? And we're going to break down exactly what the tariffs mean. But I really want to talk from the perspective of taxes for this next 15 minutes from a personal finance.
Okay, so level, he was talking before.
I'm not going to get into the whole politics of things. I want to break this down. How can this impact you? And how can this impact your home? That's what I want to talk about tonight. How can this impact you? And how could this impact your home if this bill was to be passed by Congress and put into motion? So let's break it down in very simple terms. For those of you all who are masters at this, hey, bear with us. I really want you to understand this, all right? And so taxes are two ways. Taxes. Let me see if I got this working right. Let's see. Is it working? There it is. All right. So taxes are paid by, I can't see myself. Taxes are paid by who? People. All right. Taxes are then paid to the government. All right. I know you all are smart. I know you all got it. Just bear with me because I want to make sure my new people who do not understand this entire thing, how it is actually working. All right. So people, we work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay. I'm saying one more time. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And before we get $1, the government gets.
Most people are too lazy to do this, but it saves.
You already know the government gets a share.
Gets taxes. Before we get paid for the hard work that we put in, the government gets paid first from our hard-earned money, and then we get the leftovers after the IRS, all right? And so to really understand all of this, I need y'all to understand what kind of taxes are we paying. I want to break it down for you. So when we say taxes, so y'all can really understand all of this, there's about 8 of them that I really want to break down. All right, so here's number 1. It's going to be your income taxes. I can't see my iPad. There it is. Okay. Income taxes. All right. Number 2, it is going to be payroll taxes. That is wrong. Because I can't see it. Hold on a minute, y'all. Let me turn on my iPad. There we go. Y'all might see a green thing on my face, but it's all good. All right. So we have payroll. All right, payroll. Income taxes is what I just said. You work Monday through Friday. You work Saturday, Sunday. You're going to pay income taxes on that. All right, you're going to pay income taxes on that. Number 2 is going to be payroll taxes, right? So, for example, I have a business, and I actually have to pay taxes on top of you paying income tax. That's payroll tax. All right? You all saying, has my iPad, y'all can't hear me? Limit your voice. Oh, okay. Let me see if I turn down my audio. I don't know what's been going on with my audio. Is that better? Is that better? Let me know if that's better, y'all. I don't know what's going on with my audio.
His audio was good. I don't know.
Let me see something here. Let me just see something.
That was just people hating.
I'm not doing it like that. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Is that better? All right, cool. If it happens again, y'all let me know. Let me know if you all have issues tonight.
That's
still learning all this stuff, but I really want
with
y'all to get it. All right, cool. So now I'm gonna lower down because I hear y'all saying be quiet. All right. So we have income tax. Cool, great, no problem. We have payroll tax. All right. Then we have capital gains. All right. So we're in a generation of people who are selling stocks, single stocks, crypto, Bitcoin. So capital gains is simply this: that if you sell your stocks, if you sell your crypto per se, right, you're supposed to pay taxes on the capital gains that you have. Another one that's common with all of us is property tax. All right. So if you've purchased a home, if you purchase a home, you got to pay property taxes on that property every single year. I'm getting somewhere with this, y'all. So just flow with me as you all are getting this. Number 5 is going to be what I say, sales. Yeah, sales tax. All right. So this is if you go to Walmart, if you go to the grocery store, if you go somewhere and you are buying something, anything that you buy, you pay taxes on that. Here's an interesting one that I don't know if a lot of you all know this, but it's called a sin tax, which is so interesting to me that there's a sin tax. Someone put in the chat right now if you know what a sin tax means. Okay.
Now, with the sin tax, it's so deep because I remember years ago when we was discussing taxes and this person brought up sin taxes, and a lot of people don't know sin tax. And, he's going to explain a little bit, but let's just think about crime committers. People commit crimes, saying, all sorts of things like that. And then when you go to court, they fine you, you get these fines. That's all part of the being taxed, for your sin. They got their shit together.
Someone put in the chat right now and let me know if you know what a sin tax means. Sin tax. So what does a sin tax mean? Sin tax. So sin tax is this. It's simply this. Let's say lottery. Let's say cigarettes. Like they tax you more on something that the government really doesn't like, right? They really don't like, the lottery, which I think they do like the lottery because so many of people waste their money, waste their hard-earned money on that. But y'all, they tax that stuff extra crazy so they can make profit on it. So like if you win the lottery, oh my gosh, the taxes on that is absolutely crazy. And then the last one that we're going to get to tonight is going to be the tariffs, all right? I think I spelled that wrong. Yeah, I spelled it wrong. So it's going to be the tariffs. All right, so I spelled it wrong, but it's all good. All right. And so I want y'all to understand what exactly is happening on tonight. All right. This is something I really want y'all to understand. Now, let me make sure that I have you all correctly. Give me a minute. Give me a minute on that. There it is. All right, bet. All right. This is going to drive me crazy. Let me make sure I have this right. Tarriffs. All right. So this is actually what I want y'all to understand. All right. So follow me here. Do y'all understand where I'm at? I want to make sure I break this down for everybody. And forgive me for those of you all who know all this stuff. Hey, cool, great. You can sign up. I really want to break this down for my newbies who are trying to understand what exactly is happening. I really want y'all to understand what's happening. So these are some of the taxes. These are not even all of the taxes that we pay. You have like corporation taxes, but I wanted to give you all stuff that you all will actually see. Like you have an income. If you have an income, you pay taxes on it. All right. There's also payroll tax. If you have like an LLC or a company like myself, I got to pay taxes on top of that. Capital gains tax. If you Capital gains tax is pretty much if you make a profit from a investment, you got to pay capital gains taxes on that, especially in the first year, right? Property taxes. If you go and you buy a property, you got to pay property taxes on that every year. I don't know about y'all, but in the state of Maryland, it is ridiculously high. And then you have sales tax. Anytime you buy anything, a piece of gum or some water. I just had some books shipped to North Carolina this weekend, and depending on where you stay, sales taxes are pretty much, they're higher. I had to pay sales taxes on top of shipping, and on top of this, the books, I had to pay taxes on the books. It was crazy, right? And so I had to pay sales tax. It was just insane, right? Then you have sin tax. Sin tax is anything that the government really doesn't like, they call it a sin. They're going to tax you like crazy. Then the last one is going to be called tariffs. So let's break this down. Donald Trump is proposing, and he really, let me get this, change this color. Let me see if I can change this color. Oh, no, yeah, I can't change this color. I don't know if this is going to work. But he wants to get rid of the income tax. Donald Trump wants to get rid of the income tax. He wants to get this gone. So simply, let's break it down. So when you see your federal taxes come out, what Donald Trump is saying, he no longer wants to see you all, us all, the state of America, have to pay income taxes. What he wants, though, is he wants to see the tariffs go up. He wants to see the tariffs go up. He wants to tax the tariffs more money and get rid of the income tax. Now, I did a little bit of research. I have it up on my screen. I want y'all to understand this. Last year, let me see if I can get this on the other side of the screen. I think I can. In 2024, so y'all can understand the income tax. Let me see if I can get this over my head. Will I get this over my head? I can. Look at that. All right. So from 2024, what was the numbers over here? 2024, the IRS collected, watch this, $5.1 trillion in income taxes. So this is all about income. They collected $5.1 trillion in income taxes, and then had to pay back, what was that number? Over $500 billion in refund. So they collected $5.1 trillion total and only paid back $500 billion to you of your money, of your hard-earned money. Pause. I'm going to pause right there. They collected $5.1 trillion. They didn't even refund half. But they did pay back $500 billion. And a lot of us specifically within African American and Black community, we get excited about a refund check. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm speaking for me. I do not get excited about a refund check. I actually get excited about cutting them a check. Because that means for the entire year, I was able to spend that money on to producing my business, paying Black employees, paying Black contractors, investing into other assets that's going to then produce more income for me. And because I invested in other assets, because I paid back employees, I can now write that off, and I do not have to pay taxes on that money. So now, because at the beginning of every single year, which I haven't done it this year yet, I need to do it, I'm going to be honest. I got to do it the first quarter. But then the first quarter, okay, I do a tax strategy plan with my people. So I sit down and tell them, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to build. This is the direction of my company. So we come up with a legal, ethical, moral, and spiritual, because I'm a Christian, way on how do we pay very minimum in taxes. So my goal is that at the beginning of every single quarter, when I got to pay my taxes, I'm paying them bare minimum. So let's say, for example, I made $5 million. The most I want to legally, ethically, morally, and spiritually pay is about $250,000 to $500,000. So that way I keep the bulk of my money. But we within our community, we get excited because we want to get some of that $500 billion. You see this right here? Yeah, right here. We want to get some of this $500 billion. Rather than how do we keep our money put it inside of a high yield savings account. Rather than how do we keep that money go invested into other assets, and how do we keep the money and invest it into this tax system that allows us to write it off. So let's get back to the basics. 2024, they collected $5.1 trillion. They refunded back $500 billion. Let's just rough numbers. I'm guessing on top of my head. He got about $4.6 trillion left, right? Left. So now what Donald Trump is trying to do, he's trying to, I can't really do it on my screen yet. I'm still learning this whole thing, y'all. What he's trying to do is come over here, let me get the blue, and get this to go up. I really couldn't find any real good numbers on how much money.
That's tariffs.
Because I was looking online to do my research, like how much money did we make in 2024 when it came to tariffs, and I really didn't understand that. But let me break this down. What does tariffs mean for the individuals who may be new to understanding this concept? Tariffs is simply, for an example, let's say, ladies, you are a hairstylist, right? And so what we're trying to, what tariffs is, if anything that comes out of the country, China, where a lot of our hair comes from, but then African American and fake hair, not fake hair, Lord Jesus, I'm so sorry, so rude. That's where a lot of the hair comes from, China. Well, there is a tax to that, right? There's a tax to that. So what Donald Trump is trying to do is he's trying to get rid of the income tax and then go up on taxing China people, taxing Canada, which we saw their governor, he's the, no, don't try that, brother. Not our governor, but their leaders. They don't try that over here, bro. So he's trying to tax them for being out of the country, right? And tax them more so that way we can incentivize more people here. We can incentivize more people to have our products here. But let's break this down. I want to break this down for you all. Let me know if y'all are following me. I want to make sure I'm following you all because I want to make sure that you all understand what this is and how this breaks down for us within our community, right? Because a lot of y'all said, Anthony, I don't understand this stuff. I think sometimes I can go over people's head, but I want to make sure that it's really making sense, all right? It's a win-win if he gets rid of income tax. All right, so let's break that down. It's a good one, Veronica. I see what you're saying. Veronica. She's saying it's a win-win, but we got to ask this question. Is it a win-win? So I do not have the numbers. I was looking for the 2024, 2023 numbers when it comes to tariffs. I couldn't find those. So I'm guessing here, right? I am extremely guessing. I know you all hold me to facts and numbers. I want to be honest, I have not seen these numbers. But let's just guess, right? Let's just guess that we made $1 trillion in tariffs last year. $1 trillion in tariffs last year. Let's just guess. So that means, all right, now we got to be at $3 trillion. We got to tax higher to get $3 trillion on the tariffs. So now, watch this. We have no income tax. If this was to get passed, we have no income tax. Now we got to charge China people more money, out of the country people more money to send us products. Let's break it down here. Let me bring this up. That's all my school stuff. Hold on. Here we go. All right, cool. Let's break it down here. I love this kind of teaching right here. All right. So let's say you are a hair lady. You are selling hair. I want to do white. Let's say you are a hair lady. All right, cool. I'm going to make this, and I'm going to do hair. Bow, 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 bow. Okay, I saw the correct term. The correct term was extensions, all right? So let's say you sell hair. You sell extensions. You get your extensions from China. Let's say you sell your hair extensions. I'm saying extensions. Let's just go there. Let's say extensions are at $250. That's how much you're selling your extensions for. You're selling it $250. The hair extensions. All right. You're getting your hair extensions from China. Now let's be real. I got some friends in the industry. They're not spending $250 on hair extensions from China. But let's just say, for example, China is charging them $50. to get the hair extensions. Now, if we go up, let's just say we go up on 25-30% on our tariffs. So this now means that I'm guessing numbers. Now we got to go, if we times that by, let's say 30%, right? So now we're going to go up to about $65 per. So now we have a problem. Or do we have a problem? Now, because this price went up, now for business owners, do we just eat this cost? Or do we have to go up on price too? So is the company going to eat that 25-30% of increase of what it costs to get in that hair? Or are we going to turn around and charge the people that 25% to 30% increase? So now instead of paying $250, now you're paying, let's just say, I'm just guessing here, $275. Now some of y'all say, well, that's only $15. But wait a minute. If we're doing only $15 just for the extensions, what about everything else that comes in from out of the country? What about your shoes?
I'm going to pause it for a second. Because the place I was working with, it was the water ice place, and we was manufacturing. And this was back in 2022 when we was going to get sugar, 50-pound bags of sugar, and watching the sugar prices go up. Now, I remember when I was doing some baking, let's say 2019, the 50-pound bag of sugar was definitely lower than what it was in 2022. So right now, the 50-pound bag of sugar has doubled damn near from 2019 to now, 2025. And that's all because of all these, what these talk about, all these tariffs, all these tariff taxes, all them taxes and everything, and us, buying stuff from out of here, buying stuff from here, buying stuff from here. And what he's saying is that Trump is basically trying to get it where we as America, like I said, it's going to seem, I said it earlier, you might not have been here, but it's going to seem like it's in a dictatorship form. But the only way for us to get it is sometimes you have to reap it in your pockets for you to get the overall picture. If we can manufacture and make more product in America, then that's going to be the way to get it great again, because we can't keep outsourcing our businesses everywhere else and then being charged. You know what I'm saying? We outsourcing our business everywhere else and then being charged higher taxes to get these same products into our country. And it's just a crazy, crazy monopoly. And so sometimes we might not see the bigger overall picture, but like I say, sometimes you just need people like this type of person. He's from New York, so it's people like that type of person to understand the business on that high level, where if you want to get it back down, if you want to get gas down, if you want to get sugar down, if you want to get the cost of many things down, you got to manufacture it in your own town. So we as America must now realize that we can't keep outsourcing our businesses because high price of making. And that's why it's important for us to really have a right pay rate, payroll, we wage pay, what I'm saying? Our wages have to really be in a position where it can also deal with the price and cost of living. And so that's the most important thing and strategy that we got to come up with. And sometimes, like I say, you might have to deal in-house and figure in-house first before you keep that business of outsourcing. Because I remember back in the days, my boy that I grew up with, he went to, he started to take his money and invest more into fabric and making his own clothes and stuff like that. And then when he got big enough, he was doing business in China. And so, that's when I was at the beginning stage of Black Powerism. And I was like, yo, my dude, why are you doing that? He was like, yo, because it's costs way cheaper. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? So he was trying to tell me back then, like, I'm making this stuff in China because it costs me nothing. And so I was like, it's like I understood it from the business perspective. Hell yeah. But the moral and personal perspective of just being here, it's like, damn, we killing ourselves. And that was damn near 25, 30 years ago. That was like 30 years ago. And so 30 years later, 30 years of China receiving the benefits of manufacturing everything across the world and shipping everything across the world and getting everything out there for cheap. And all these years of being able to get that business going, China is the most powerful, damn near one of the most powerful country out there. And 30 years now, he's the only way we're going to be able to put that to a halt is by charging all these other countries higher prices. That's what he's trying to break down for you to understand. And then it means that we got to keep our businesses here and get our pay wage correct where we are not dying work for work. If we are living and we are living in health as we living in life better, then we are living as a country. That's why he talk about R.F. Kennedy so much with the make America healthy again. So a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people dying because the economics. A lot of people dying because economically they're not able to keep themselves right and keep themselves fit, or they just so stressed out because they can't keep up with the economy, the inflation. They can't keep up with it, and so a lot of people are dying because of bad health, just because of stress. A friend of mine just told me that about her friend, which it's kind of, it's not making me laugh, but it's making me say, wow, yo, see, you know what I'm saying? Shit is real. It's so stressful to a lot of folks. And people are dying. That's why I say make America healthy again. Why? Because people are dying because economic stress. Working 2, 3, 4 jobs. Your children not never seeing you. You living in a one-parent household. You're trying to raise 3 kids. Now the streets are getting you. And now you worry, you're stressed out. Now you're sick. People don't understand that this economic woes is destroying this country. And that's part of mental health. So it all goes hand in hand. And so you need a person to come in a dictatorship form to be able to let you know. And this is pretty much, I'm going to say it's going to happen like Joe Clark in that school in Jersey, was it Jersey? Was it Harlem? I forgot what. Damn, lean on me. I forgot the school. Forgive me. But yeah, with Joe Clark, he came in and really shaped that school up because it was out of control. Sometimes you need that type of spirit and energy to come in to really make that change. So I just want to let him go back to what he's saying.
Clothes. What about the cost of like we get a lot of our stuff from out of the country. So not only do we see tariffs go up, but we could possibly see inflation go up. Now, I read some records where they said, well, it won't go up if it happens because we'll be able to control it. Or some people say, yes, it will go up. There is a possibility that it could go up. So let me just break this down and bring this back onto me. I really want you to understand what I'm saying here. That yes, if we take out the income tax, you all will see another 15 to 20% of your income back into your pocket.
So you now more money.
Some of y'all are saying, okay, wait a minute. Now watch this. This is a good example right here. Here's a real good example. I don't buy extensions. I'm single. I'm not married yet. So let's say, for example, that they did take away state income. Not state. Let's say they did take away the IRS. No income taxes, right? And then let's just say that the weed did go up. The hair did go up. The shoes did go up. Well, if you're not buying those products, it doesn't really hurt you. But it does hurt people in general. So while some people may say, well, listen, I don't buy stuff like that. It could benefit you if you are very cost efficient and really, really, really good with your funds. Because you can say, you know what, since I got my money back.
So now I'm just looking at this shirt. I'm looking at this polo shirt. Real polo shirt. So when I look, it says made in Philippines. Okay, the shirt say made in Philippines. I'm gonna look at this other jacket. I'm gonna look at 3 items that's right here in the disposal. Okay, I got this Columbia jacket. So when people be saying that, he's just gonna he's gonna overtax the poor people and give to the rich people and corporations. No, all these big corporations like Columbia and Polo, and I'm gonna go through a few things and see where they are manufactured. Okay, let's check this out. So let's see. Okay, so Columbia. Made in Vietnam. This is made in Vietnam. Okay. I'm gonna take it to the next level. Got the Jordans. Made in China. Understand what I'm saying? Made in China. Made in China. So when you look at all of our powerhouse corporations that everybody say they're gonna reap benefits of this whole Trump, he's only gonna do for the rich. He's trying to raise taxes on all of them through the tariffs alone. Through the tariffs alone of all these companies, from Jordans to Columbia to Apollo, all those powerhouse companies will be having a tariff raise. Now, if they can't start manufacturing their product and getting that shit saying made in America, okay, saying made in the mother of America, then they will be taxed 10 to 30% more from them taking away from the income tax, from them deleting $5.6 trillion from income tax. Stop collecting that shit. They said we got to be able to collect that back through the tariffs. We got to get that loss through the tariffs. Okay, real simple. So all those businesses that have their manufacturing companies all across seas, from the Philippines, Vietnam, China, if you're not going to bring your companies back to America, you're going to pay a higher price. Now, if you do that, and then you just raise the price of your product, okay, you decide that you're going to raise the price of your product. Now, is that going to affect your business? Now, let me tell you something. Working with this man and his business, I watch it go from good to bad because he raised his price on everything. He got he for years he never had an ATM machine, or so he wasn't collecting debit cards and things like that. All of a sudden, the next year he decided he's going to collect from debit cards, and he's charging them 75 cents and shit like that. And it was many times that the card didn't have to be used, such as a Cash App, but he was doing it anyway. Collected just off the debit card machine itself over $40,000-$50,000 in the 1 year of season of business. You know what I'm saying? Of just having it for the first year, never having it before, and so he now going up on all the prices of everything. Now, when I told him what he should have did back the year before, he didn't do. Now, which forced him to have to go up on prices. But yet, and still, if he understood supply and demand, he know that he really don't have to go up on prices if he finesse his business. It's his business. You can operate your business accordingly, and that's when you come up with gimmicks and you come up with special days and shit like that. But no, nothing. When you have no special days and nothing like that, you have a regular, normal, slow business. And so what happens with a lot of these businesses, the business is going to hurt themselves if they're going to keep rising up and going up on their price, because the people are going to be really penny pitching, because this is now time to start penny pitching and investing in properly as opposed to spending. This is not the season to be just blowing and splurging and splurging. This is the season to really be taking everything easy, because you do not know where we at right now. It's not about being paranoid. It's about being strategically smart economically. It's not about splurging. It's about being strategically smart about your economics. And that's where we at right now. Let me let him talk a little bit more. Let's see what he's talking.
I would love for us to not pay federal income taxes. But here's the problem. If we don't pay federal income taxes, y'all do understand. Let's do the math. The United States of America made $5.1 trillion last year off of our income taxes. It paid back $500 billion. So this means they cut $4.5 trillion, and they still borrowed money. We still borrowed money. teach what I teach. Because we live in a world that lives way above our means.
So he's about to go there. But they was able to borrow money because they had collateral. All the billions of people that's in this country is the collateral. And so they done made off the income tax itself trillions of dollars. Of course they was able to borrow because they good for it. And that's crazy when you're good for it because what you have, which is the people.
We are in debt. Like we are in debt. And y'all want to follow the country's way of money? Come on, man. Come on, people. Come on, people. Come on, people. Do the math. The company made $5 trillion, paid back $500 billion. We have over $4 trillion in money. And the government still has to go borrow more money. I'm not talking about go borrow another trillion. I'm not even talking about go borrow another. They borrowing trillions of dollars. Telling you to go get an 800 credit score. Telling you that the borrow is the best way to make more money. Telling you and rewarding you for borrowing more money so you can pay back more money, and then criticizing you, penalizing you for not having any debt. And the whole thing, which I somewhat support, I'm going to be honest. I love the fact of how do we support people inside of America. I love that concept that Donald Trump is trying to do. How do we, if you're a business owner, if you can make hair, why are we sending out more stuff to China when we can support you, my sister, here in America? I'm with it. I'm so with it. I see the concept. I just don't see the math. And I'm a math guy. I do not see the math. I don't see the math. Y'all keep complaining about my audio. I'm sorry. I'm at home. I know it sucks. I need to figure out what's going on with my audio.
He's loud as fuck.
I'll figure that out for the next night. I will.
They fucking with him, that's all.
I get on the phone with my team and figure that out. But hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully this just makes sense. Okay? So I am really, really, really excited about where we are. Hopefully this makes sense to you. I really wanted to break this down. I'm going to be following this closely. I just want to see the math. I want to see what makes sense. How does this make sense? Because I can't sit here and lie. I mean, if I don't have to pay taxes, I don't want to pay taxes. But if we're going to see the tariffs go up, that we have all this type of stuff go up, somebody's going to feel that.
Now that's
somebody is going to feel.
See, you guys understand? It's it's really a dope concept when you really look at it. It's really, really such a dope concept because no matter what, the people going to buy. A lot of people not going to buy, but a shitload of people still going to purchase and they're going to buy. And because there's still going to be a lot of buyers, them paying that money, it will affect them heavy, but yet it's still. And we ain't talking about just buyers as consumers. We talk about buyers as businesses and things like that. And so it's yet still they're going to be able to make some type of profit. And if they're not making no profit, then they are going to actually really have to conform to what's happening right here. It's about buy America. The same way we say buy black, it's like buy America. And this push is going to be a different type of push. because he plans to get that money back. Because like you said, the consumers are the consumers no matter what. And if we give the consumers more power in their money, they're going to spend it. So you give them back more money, they're going to spend more money. And because they already done checked it out, they tested it many times. They've been testing it, okay? They've been testing this whole movement, this inflation movement. They've been testing it for over 20 years. They've been testing it. Since 9/11, they've been testing the inflation movement. The government had the inflation movement since 9/11. That was an inflation movement. 9/11 was the inflation movement. It was like one of the beginning of like the new Great Depression. Okay, people really don't understand. This process is a long process to get us back to a certain level of humanity. The humanity that's going back to is a humanity of control. They already control you through their technology. They control you through their devices. They control you through the way they pay you with their cards. You know what I'm saying? The people don't carry cash anymore. They control you in so many ways right now. But it's to get the full control over mankind is through the economics. And so that's what this whole slow process is. And if we don't break it, we lose. Now, as consumers, we're going to put ourselves in that shit. But as rebellions, we're going to rebel out the system. And I think that this is like a start of rebellion, folks. You guys got to look at it from one perspective. They tried to lock this nigga up. Let me take these glasses off, yo. This is going to sound crazy, but this is a complete freestyle right here. They tried to lock him up. And the reason why this guy who says he's into finances, he said he don't see how it's going to work. He don't see the numbers. He's all with it, but he don't see the numbers. It's because you're not thinking on the level of what, like I said, as president, you know what I'm saying? If he was to cut SNAP and he was to cut this, and he got to allocate those funds somewhere else. So Trump and his administration have been looking at the figures in the last 4 years, 3 years, and seeing what this government has been doing, knowing what this government been doing. You know what I'm saying? He as president, he really didn't even get into a motion of really having control of the government. You guys got to understand. His whole 3.5 years of being president, 4 years being president, was like at fighting everything. But this time, looking over everything and really having a different type of administration, these cats really came up with a process where they want to stick the government at the same time while getting the government back into shape. Now, we could say he's with the shenanigans. Everybody with certain shenanigans. But the way I'm looking at it, I'm looking at that, he really wants to get a payback to this government for trying to lock his ass up. And so by taking away the taxes, the income taxes for the people, is one powerful way to keep the people looking at him like all eyes on me, like he's Tupac. So now he could become a rock star by getting that through. Now, once the people understand that his whole other plan about making America great by getting people to really start bringing back their businesses to this country, that's the slow process that's going to hurt us. Because are we willing to pray? Are we willing to pay the same high price for merchandise that's being manufactured here? Or are we as consumers going to make a demand to get the prices of manufactured goods in America at 20 to 30% down from all other costs? So like the same polo companies, is the same product like a polo and made in America. If we support made in America products, we have to have the price of our product at a lower cost. And we got to respect that as designers, if we are to be able to compete with what's already out there. And it's not like even lowering ourselves. We need to have the models behind it, the corporations behind it, the sponsors behind the product. But at the same time, Stephon Marbury, he came and he made his shoe. And one thing that he did was he kept his shoe at a a hood affordable price, if not free. He wanted to give it free, but he couldn't do it for free, so he gave it for a small fee. And that's what made Stephon Marbury Starbury. That's why he's legendary in China. So people gotta understand that it don't necessarily mean that because it's high quality and good quality that it needs to be high price. So if we can get the cost of manufacturing this company low, so we can have the price at a reasonable price, even though it's still high standard and high quality, and we respect it as high standard and high quality. Just you don't have to be $340 for a pair of sneakers, but it's still high quality. We respect it. We have the sponsorship behind it. We have the companies behind it, and it's still at a reasonable price for the people. That's what we have to be able to get at this point. And it's going to take some willing and dealing and shifting, but it's who's willing to sacrifice to make that happen. Like if there was a full-fledged rebellion against the government right now, and that won't be able to take place, and then we have a full-fledged rebellion, what do we have in store for the people for a rebellion against the system, a breakaway from the system? What do we have in place for the people to sustain ourselves for 30, 40, 50 years, 100 years, 200 years? What do we have in place? So where I'm at right now is I'm like, right now, you guys been going with that system all my life. I've been here forever. And you guys been going with the system forever. So if we're not here to rebuild the system, we're here to rebel against the system. And if we don't have a rebellion package, you know what I'm saying? Then we are here to rebuild with the system. We just fooling ourselves. And if our package is, hey, take what you got and run, take what you got and run, that means that so many people gonna be left behind. So my whole thing is, if we're not rebuilding, replacing the rebuild, we got to replace now to rebuild, to repair. You know what I'm saying? Then we rebellion. If we rebellion, we don't have no rebuttal, then we hurting. And that's what I'm saying. We as people, and I'm talking to black folks in this lane, we don't have no real rebuttal for the rebellion. You know what I'm saying? So we need to start repairing, rebuilding, and reminding ourselves that where we came from and where we want to go. We got to remind ourselves where we want to go. And that comes in the rebuilding and the repairing stages. We got to remind ourselves where we ought to be. That means we have to put this hard work in. So that means we got to put this hard work in, meaning that we got to replace these individuals. But the only way we can replace them is with hard work, teamwork, and right leadership who knows the rules, which is respect, unity, love, and empowerment. And you do get empowerment through engagement, folks. So we got to learn how to engage. So we building right here. We building right here because I need you to understand what this brother brought to my attention. And it's so weird because I mentioned it. I was saying that, you know, when Trump take away SNAP, I say when he take away SNAP, it's okay because we know most people's hustling. I said like this. I said, if he takes this type of funds from SNAP or this type of funds from SNAP, it got to go somewhere else. And this guy done said that this government done collected 4.6 trillion extra dollars as it's sitting around while they actually borrowing still for us to be in debt. And now, just because the $4.6 trillion is, you know, it's been going to various things. Don't think that $4.6 trillion in tax money has not been going to so many different things. You know what I'm saying? It goes to various, you know, they send taxes to a lot of things in your communities. It pays for your road repair. It pays for your ambulance service. It pays for your police department. It pays for your prison system. It pays for your hospitals. It pays for your Medicare. It pays for your schools. This is what the tax money go towards. You know what I'm saying? It goes towards keeping the world running. But it's just that when you look at it, how much money they have received, and then you look at what they are producing to the people itself, knowing that they receive so much money in labor and taxes that is way oversees what they are giving to the people as a government. You got to say, where's it going to? And we say it's going towards military and war. And that's the major issue. So most of the funding is going towards military and war. Okay? And that's where the funding of have to be shifted. So when this man started talking about cutting taxes from the military, cutting funding from the military, then that's when you know that he's really in full-fledged rebellion. Okay, folks? Because just by saying he's going to take the income tax, that's start one. That's pay attention, folks. Now, once he starts talking about military funding, then that's when you know this dude is in full-fledged rebellion. Because that's the major tax money that's hurting this country. The amount of money they spend on the military, the amount of money that's going towards war, the amount of money that's going to destruction, destroying, killing, violence. Then they say to protect the American people. Right now, this war could be bloodless if the American people could realize that we must, as America, really support America. If you hear, on higher levels, we need to have strategies for higher levels of building economic defense. We need an economic defense team in America. An economic defense, an economic offensive and a defensive team. See, like I say, this is hood politics. This is hood president speaking, and I'm trying to let you know that the way I'm looking at life, I'm not looking at it from a mediocre standpoint. Say, oh, the price is going to go up. The price is going up. Yo, folks, I was taught back when I was not even a consumer like that. When I was in the 11th grade, supply and demand curve. Price, supply, demand. The whole curve, how it works. And where we at from that time, 1990 something, to now, the supply and demand curve is all cuckoo because it has no control. And right now, it takes a level of control to get the supply and demand curve to have respect for the people. And when you have respect for the people on the supply and demand curve, your price is right for the people. It could be great for the business. It could be great for the, it could be great for the government. But when the price is right for the people, you'll see that everything really moves and fluctuates right. And we ain't talking about right for the people where the people are getting over neither. We talk about what price where lemons used to be 10 for $1. Why are we not growing lemons in the highest capacity in America where we can get it back to 10 for $1? That's getting the price right. That means we have to start growing. Farms. That's what we need. We need rural areas. We don't need to keep building up big cities no more because big cities bring big problems. We need rural areas, and we need big people. We need big city people who's what we call syntax. That syntax need to go towards sending all these vigilantes, these villains, to work these farms. We need more farms. We need people to work these farms. And that's just it. We need farms. Old McDonald, you're goddamn right. Understand? This is for real right now. Without the farms, you got to get everything from everywhere else. We need plant oranges, apples, pears, everything. We need fruits, vegetables, and we need the good soil. You know, let me see something. I knew I wanted to use my phone for something. When Mad Cow took place, where was those cows coming from? Where was the cows coming from during Mad Cow? Okay, now, look, my brain waves is a computer. You're not gonna. Nobody's talking about mad cow right now on the internet. Okay, folks. Nobody's talking about mad cow right now. Why tariffs is important. Okay, so during the mad cow disease outbreak, cows came from Canada and the United Kingdom. We need farms, 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 farms. We need these young kids on these farms. We need these. We need these drug addicts on these farms. We need supervisors on these farms. We need to have a great farm system. We need to grow, 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 grow. Trust me, I'm gonna read that again. During the mad cow disease outbreaks, cow came from Canada and the United Kingdom. Let me put my glasses on. Read a little bit for you. The first reported case of BSE, that's mad cow, that's what they have for mad cow disease, in North America was in 1993. Okay, see, I'm thinking mad cow. I'm older. Okay, so 1993, I was I was first year in college. Play with me now, folks. Play with me now, folks. Stick with me. We need to cut everything the fuck out if we want to survive. We got to really pay attention to what's going on right now. The first reported case of BSE in North America was in 1993 from a cow imported from the UK to Canada. In 2003, the first case of BSE in the US was a 6-year-old dairy cow imported from Canada. Rendered parts of this cow may have been responsible for additional BS cases in Canada. The first case of BSE in North America was from an imported cow in UK. Yeah, okay. The U.S. identified 6 cases of BSE in cows, including 1 imported from Canada and 5 cases of atypical BSE. The atypical cases were diagnosed in cows in Texas, Alabama, and California. BSE is a brain disease caused by a prion of protein particle that lacks DNA. It's believed to be caused by contaminated cattle feed. Cattle feed. The U.S. has strong measures in place to protect animal and public health from BSE. And what's BSE? I'm gonna try and get the word. Bovine spongiform that would be. I can't say it. I can't get it out. It's encephalopathy. Encephalopathy. Okay, I'll try that. Bovine spongiform encephalopathy. It's a brain disease in mad cows. What symptoms? Let's see what symptoms of the. Let's see what symptoms, because remember how all the animals running around in circles and shit like that. Okay, let's see. What are some symptoms of mad cow disease? No, I asked the wrong question, because it gave me the symptoms within yourself. I'm not going to go into that right now because we ain't going to talk that up. What were symptoms of the cows having mad cow disease? Okay. The word BSE is short, but it stands for a disease with a long name. I ain't going to go through the name again. And bovine means that the disease affects cows. Spongiform refers to the way the brain from a sick cow looks, spongy, under a microscope. And encephalopathy indicates that it is a disease of the brain. Encephalopathy indicates that it's a disease of the brain. BSE is commonly called mad cow disease. Okay? So BSE is a progressive neurological disease of cows. Progressive means that it gets worse over time. Neurological means that it damages the cow nervous system. Okay, what causes this? Most scientists think that BSE is caused by a protein called prion for reasons that are not completely understood. The normal prion protein changes into an abnormal prion protein that is harmful. The body of a sick cow does not even know the abnormal prion is there. Without knowing it is there, the cow's body cannot fight off the disease. What are the signs of the BSE in cows? Okay. Okay. What are the signs of BSE in cows? The common sign of BSE in cows is incoordination. A sick cow has trouble walking and getting up. A sick cow may also act very nervous or violent, which is why BSE is often called mad cow disease. Wow, start acting like a bull. It's unusual. It takes 4 to 6 years from the time a cow is infected with the abnormal prion to when it first shows symptoms of BSE. This is, Lord mercy, what's up with your corny people right now? We got fools here on the line right now. Sorry, folks, we got idiots. While we talk about some real shit. There is no treatment for BSE and no vaccine to prevent it. Okay, so now let's get off of that. Let's get off mad cow and let's go to the chicken disease. What was the chicken disease called? What was the chicken disease called? When was the last chicken epidemic? 6 most common chicken diseases. Okay, we're gonna find out when was the last chicken epidemic. When was the last chicken disease epidemic? Bird flu, should I say? The most recent outbreak of highly pathogenic avian influenza in the United States began in February 22. Okay, February 22. Where did this happen at? Where did it come from? This was the first detection of HPAI virus in the U.S. since 2016. Okay, so in 2016 we had it. 2022, it always pops up. The virus was first detected in wild birds in Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada in December 21. Canada again. In February 22, the USDA APHIS announced the HPAI, which is the disease virus outbreak, is commercial poultry facility. Since the H5N1 outbreak has been detected in all 50 states, what has been the impact? The outbreaks have resulted in depopulation of more than 125 million turkeys and chickens. The USDA has spent billions of dollars on payments to farmers. How is the U.S. responding? The USDA has worked to identify and respond to detections and mitigate the virus impact on U.S. poultry production and trade. How has the virus spread to humans? There have been human cases of HPAI in the United States, including 1 death in Louisiana. Okay, so the H5 bird flu current situation. Let's see what is that right now. I know y'all forgot about the shit, right? That was just recent. The H5 bird flu is widespread in wild birds worldwide and is causing outbreaks in poultry and U.S. dairy cows, with several recent human cases in U.S. dairy and poultry workers. While the current public health risk is low, CDC is watching the situation carefully and working with states to monitor people with animal exposure. CDC is using the flu surveillance system to monitor the H5 bird flu activity in people. Like I say, folks, we need to do our own farming, and we need to have right people on the farms, because having wrong people on the farms, you have wrong situations occurring. When it comes to your food, when it comes to your plants and your vegetables, it's very important for us to have right people. Like even when it comes to your children, it comes to having the right people doing the right thing. So that's where we at right now with this, folks. It's time for us to wake up and realize that what you might see might not be bad for you when it comes to these tariffs, because these tariffs is really needed for us to start to get the bigger picture that we need more farming. We need more farm-based schools. We need more herbal-based schools. You know what I'm saying? We need a system that focuses on our health and our food consumption. And we need a system that focuses on our economics, because our economics is truly been affecting our health. And we must realize this now. And by us not rectifying the problem that we know occurs, we're only going to keep having the same situation where we keep funding hospitalization for people who are suffering from retarded stuff, like these people who just keep popping up on my screen on some dumb shit. So it's so sad that on this live we have so much retards. But I don't know. So what I tell you folks right now, just because they have cuts coming from one angle, how can it benefit the next angle? Now I was telling you that, I believe that, him cutting SNAP and cutting off whatever he's going to be cutting, if he shifts that funds towards something that still can benefit the people, that's going to be a benefit to the people on a win-win situation. And we have to realize that how do we keep this system in a win-win situation with all the shifting and cutting of the funding? So cut a lot of the military spending, bring it back to farmland, bring it back to what's needed to be brought back to, and I guarantee you that we will be able to get the best thing ever. You know what I'm saying? What's the best thing ever? Right now, we need a nation of people that's really becoming a nation of people of respect, unity, love, and empowerment through engagement. That's what's needed right now. And the only way we're going to get that is when we stop fighting everything and realize that some things is for our benefit. And right now, what's for our benefit? Not paying those taxes is for your benefit. Not paying income taxes for your benefits. Now, it's what you do with that extra percentage of money that comes in. Now, for that extra bit of money that comes in, you can, let's just say you will be able to now become more of a consumer, then you be a consumer. If you could become more of an investor, now you become an investor. You know what I'm saying? But just know that if you know that you're just a consumer, then be ready to pay these extra prices. But like I said, if we could get everything to really start coming back to this country, if we could start seeing a lot of businesses, corporations, companies come back to this country and get the price down, the cost of everything at a low wage, then I truly believe that we would be able to. I believe that we'd be able to truly bring the cost of pricing and costs down. Simple. It's really not that complicated. We just got to invest into businesses of that nature. We need to do a major investment, a banking system investment boom into various businesses. I think that's what's needed right now. That's going to be something huge. You know what I'm saying? With this type of president, with his apprentice type of style, if he was to do these next few years like the apprentice and have the government invest, which I think he did say, and have the government invest into various nation building projects, I believe that we could be on the right track, folks. But we're gonna see, because we don't know what the hell's coming down the road. We don't know what's going on in this world. We don't know what's going to happen. We really don't. We don't even know if his name going to pop up with this Diddy situation. So it's like crazy all across the board. Crazy all across the board. But I'm just telling you that this income tax decrease, elimination, and this tax increase is a good thing for this country. I'm telling you, it's really a good thing for this country. It really makes a big difference. It makes a big difference. It actually really will have an impact on your children's future if we can really get in this flow. Can you just imagine that they have a major apprentice type of project, game shows, interactive game shows, where people can just, it's like hit the cash app type shit, and people just donate to these causes? Well, we got this factory. We got this factory that's over here in Pennsylvania. It's been here. It's been abandoned. We want to make this a milk factory. Hit the cash app, and we hitting the cash app and building that business. Hit the cash app. That could be a new worldwide American show. Hit the cash app. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna build up this. We're gonna build up that. We got the school here. We got this hospital here that's been abandoned. Like in New York, Mary Immaculate has been shut down. I don't know what they're doing with the building, but we have this factory that's been shut down. We have this abandoned building that's been shut down. We got these homes. Hit the cash up. We're going to build up these abandoned homes. But first, we got to find this home owner. Hit the cash app. We look for owners, people who want to own a home, people who want to own a business. It could be so many things that this nation can do. Okay, that would become fun and it be a game changer. And like I say, it's ruling, it's knowing the rules, respect, unity, love, and empowerment, engagement, empowerment. Yo, trust me when I tell you this, folks. This country could be really different if we just wake up, hit the cash app, and keep it funky, because this is what we need right now. We need a different type of change, and this apprentice style of president can be someone that can really switch the game if he can get that income tax taken away, the tariffs off, and then he say, well, we're going to do this new show. I'm president, and I'm launching a new show. It's called Hit the Cash App. In this government, we know that there's so many different properties across this nation that's abandoned, is being abused, is an eyesore. We want to bring back businesses in this country. So hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, and yo, folks, you'd be surprised that would make a change. So for your listening ear, from my mouth to your listening ear, I say thanks for listening. I just want you to understand that you can hit the Cash App too. $IcyDon167. Hit the Cash App, folks. But yo, like I say, as hood president, I just came up with another great idea for the government. And you know what I'm saying? You might think it's foolish, but it's really powerful, because when you have tragedies, when you have situations like with the fires that took place in California, people donated. They raised several millions, okay? But when you have your president and your president is reached down to your governors and your mayors, and this is the movement. And the movement is called Hit the Cash App, Hit the PayPal, because we build in our communities. You have direct impact on what you want your tax dollars to go towards. Okay? You have direct impact on what you want your money to go towards. Instead of just taking taxes from you, you hit the Cash App, you hit the PayPal, and trust me, folks, people will probably donate more to causes than what you're taking out from them. You can test it. You'd be surprised. You can test it. They be obligated. It's an obligation. It'd be funny because let's just say you decide that this is what you're going to do. For you not to pay no taxes, you have to be part of this. Hit the Cash App, PayPal, this program. As president, this is what, if you want to no tax, you have to sign up with this, and you have to hit a certain amount and donate to your community. Donate not just to your community, but other communities. Donating to these businesses. And then when it reaches a certain amount, it becomes an investment. That's how you make it more of an incentive. Like I say, there's many ways of making this world a better place, but you got to become more creative than the American system, the American way. But the American system, American way is still how you play it because we have many angles. So as president, hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. Is be my new apprentice. If I was Donald Trump, that would be my new apprentice show to get America to support American businesses and the American infrastructure. Period. I will eliminate taxes all across the board. And I say it's your responsibility to hit this. And if you don't have a certain amount of either volunteer time or money that you donated to these causes, whatever case may be, then you would be fine. Still, you didn't pay taxes, but you're getting a fine. And these fines is either you pay or you get time. But if you want taxes eliminated, make it more responsible for the people to have put their money towards what they need the money go towards. Your local school, hit the Cash App. Your local fireman, hit the Cash App. So they can have a direct impact. So they can have a direct impact of the money that's coming in. Can you imagine that? I think he should get away with getting rid of the taxes, raise the tariffs, and then say, you know what? We're going to cut America's taxes, all taxes, by more than 50%. But you have to hit the Cash App, the PayPal, this, that, and other. You have to sign up for this. If you do not register for this new program, which is his show, because you have to be registered so they can have it documented. Because, like I say, this is a new way of paying your taxes. This is a new way to invest into your country. You talk about one making it great, to do something great. The only way you're going to be able to make anything great is you have to do something great. Always remember that. Nothing becomes great. Nothing shows great. Nothing's great if it's not showing greatness. When Michael Jordan came to the league, he showed greatness. When Bo Jackson came to the field, he showed greatness. You got to understand, Greatness is different than doing the same old routine. So if this president gonna make America great, he has to do something out of the ordinary for everybody to be so impact that it's great. And I'm saying use the apprentice, ride out apprentice, hit the cash up, folks. Delete taxes across the board. Delete income tax, cut all other costs, taxes, raise tariffs, fuck the world around us. Let's build in this country real quick. Get this country real good. So that when it competes with other countries, it's well respected, and no other country would want to go against us because we are moving and ruling in love. And you can't beat that. When the world can see that you are ruling and living in love, they have to respect that. And they can't come with their demonic craziness. See, economics, like I say, is a problem in the world. Economics is the worst demon. And so when you have these economic demons, it causes people to have stress and die. It's causes people to commit murder, cause people to kill themselves. These economic demons. So when you rule in the world where it's rule in love and respect and unity, all other businesses and companies have to deal with you on that level. Otherwise, you don't have to deal with them because you're good without them. And that's what we need in this country. And so that's why I say, hey, go for it. You already did everything else. They're going to respect the new game show called Hit the Cash App. Hit the PayPal. You know what I'm saying? Hit it for change. That's the new that has to get to the president. Get rid of taxes. Well, if you're not going to eliminate it as a whole, delete it for your 4 terms by 50 to 60% of all taxes. Income tax you're getting rid of, but you are obligated to register. Every person must register. Every person must register. Your children got to be registered into this program. If you want these taxes to be completely eliminated, and your children must even hit the cash app on something. Hit the cash app on something. You want free food? Hit the cash app. You want better lunch? Hit the cash app. Okay? You want better parks? Hit the cash app, kids. You want more activities in your community? Hit the cash app, kids. It could be $1. But make sure you hit the cash app on something. Everybody registers. Everyone. You don't want taxes. It's really that simple. Now it become a responsibility for the people to have a direct deposit in what it is they want their funds to go towards. That's making this country great. That's showing this country become responsible. Can you imagine children being taught that in school? Mom, I didn't hit the cash up this month. So, babe, what you want to hit the cash up for? Well, you know what I'm saying? My friend got sick, and, you know, she had the asthma attack. And so I want to hit the cash up for asthma research. I want to give $5. Well, what about your park rock? I'm gonna do $1 for that. The $6. Now you got children paying taxes. But it's not in the form of taxes. Like I say, it's who get the most amount, you know, who's donating. And then whose donation become investment. Make it business for the people where they can get gains from this. And at the same time, you're going to benefit. This country can really become great. But like I say, if he can eliminate income tax, then he can do anything he wants in regards to making this country happier if he just stay focused. He was the apprentice. Stick with the game show, homie. It's a live game show right now. Hit the cash up is something that I think the American president, Donald Trump, should run right now. Where he say, I'm willing to eliminate taxes and try something in my 4 years. Eliminate taxes across the board, but every person has to register with this program. Every American have to be registered and for this to go through, for this the tax break to go through, every American must be registered in the next 30 days. Every American. This is them getting their census. This is them getting a lot of shit at once. Your census. You know what I'm saying? You're registering your baby. Everyone has to be registered. Everyone has to get a Cash App account, PayPal account, and they have to donate to various programs and things like that. If we eliminate taxes, you'd be surprised how that shit will go. Those who can those who in a certain amount of time can raise this amount of money. You have your brackets, your different tax brackets. If the taxes will become, their donations will become an investment. Those who do the most or biggest investments or whatever case may be, or this shocking investments would be different cases because you have the studies, you have it all broken down, you have the history. They will be on the show itself. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, it's a show. It's a lot. It's like the Harry Truman show. It's like the real shit. It's like, but this American. Fuck all this dumb shit that we've been playing with all this time. It's a different world right now. People fought for TikTok to stay. Why? Because they making money off of TikTok. They ain't making no money at their job. They making money off of TikTok and money off of YouTube and money off of Facebook and money off of Instagram. They fighting for a livelihood. So, folks, you might as well make America a different ball game. You want to compete? You want to compete with BRICS? Let's have America's biggest worldwide game show. Not worldwide, but America's national game show. Hit the Cash App. We eliminate American taxes on the people. But you would have to like I say, if you was paying whatever you was paying, you would have to be able to donate a certain portion. Otherwise, like I say, you're getting fines and you're getting on time. You get the fine. If you don't pay your fine, you're doing time. That's the show. It's real life. Yo, I got locked up, man, because I ain't pay. You know, what? You got locked up? Yo, me too. Yo, son, they not playing. Okay, so remember tax evasion? This is how you get people on tax evasion now. Because they didn't donate. They thought they was getting over. They got the fine, they didn't pay, now they do the time. Wake people up and have people really in check where they say, yo, honestly, yo, you just go with the flow. Shit, I made $120,000 off of my donations and paying my taxes. So the refund is different now. Your refund could be different because your refund could be your investment now. We talking hood politics, economics right now. You want to make America great? Like I say, folks, keep the whole position. Don't lose your focus. You came in with the printers. You a gambler. You got your casinos. Run that shit the same damn way, and you'd be surprised that you can change this world. But these words got to get to the niggas. You know, this words got to get to him. When I say niggas, I was talking about the president. You know what I'm saying? They got to get to him. Because once these words can get to him, then, like I say, you take away SNAP, you put it over here. You put it into the farm system, building these farms. Hit the Cash App. We need these farms built. We need these farms ran. We need a system where these farms got nonstop flow. We got acres and we got millions of acres of land for farming. Let's make it work. We got millions of acres of land for businesses and manufacturing. Let's make it work. We got to invest in it directly. Matter of fact, this is how you do it. You would say you do like this. You would eliminate taxes fully if you can have in 30 days you can have more than 80% of the America's population registered for that program. That's how you do it. Before you do any cuts, you get the obligation of the people they register in. They register in. They register in. You charge them. You can even charge them for the registration too. You could do, and the charge is small, $5. A $5 registration fee, because this $5 fee is going to pay for all the staff that you need to acquire to handle this transaction, because you're going to have to hire people to work this system, because you don't want no system overload. So you want the system to be able to handle the volume. So you have to hire people. So from all these applicants, their registration fee, that goes towards that. So now you hire these folks up. State by state, they have thousands. They got thousands of people on hand to. It's like the election polling. That's all it is, like polling, but it's registering people to be part of this Hit the Cash App, PayPal, new tax bill that's being put out there, because we want to eliminate all taxes. If you're going to eliminate income tax, let's figure out a strategy that we can eliminate all taxes and still benefit. That means bringing a real responsibility to the people. So I'll make it where the people have to register into this whole new program and do this. A new census. It's a new registration. It's like a new citizen registration. And you just get your own new opportunity to give back to your community. Now you're getting children paying taxes. Even if it's just $3 a month, $2 a month, $1 a month, something you get from kids. No, that's deep. And once the kids get to the flow, they go, nah, Ma, I gave $20 towards this. I gave $10 towards that. I gave my birthday money towards that. And then by the time they get to a certain age, they know exactly what they want to be, because they've been paying attention to what they've been paying for. It's an online site. You could just go through all the different things that you want to send your money to. Like I say, folks, there's a way that we can make this country and this world great, but we just have to take time out to get out of our old systems to move to new systems. Just like that book, New Testament, Old Testament, New Testament, we need a new system, a new governmental system. And like I say, I believe that this dude is chosen to do a lot of things that's going to be different and unorthodox. But if the people can get it, you will see that, it can work. And I think that he should go back to becoming an apprentice, put together this new game show for taxes, eliminate taxes, and have the people registered within this game show. And it's called Hit the Cash App. Hit the PayPal. You know what I'm saying? Whatever else is out there, hit it. And donate to your cause. And the more you donate, the more services you get, the more perks you get. Understand? You give the people perks. You give them points. You give them perks. They donate for these points. That's when you get these big companies to get involved. Monthly, you getting a hoodie, you getting this, you getting that, a pair of sneakers for your donations now. For your giving. They writing it off. That's how you get the people to keep giving and going and going and giving. And now it's become investment. But at the same time, they already got shit. So they already good technically, but still they still keep giving and become investment. Folks, wake up. Let's get involved. Let's make changes. Let's stop being angry. Let's stop